Good happy Wednesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, man shot by police in Peterborough identified as missing Michigan man. A man shot and killed by police Tuesday in Peterborough has been identified as a missing man from Michigan. You don't have to hike to get to the Alpine Flower Zone. A lover of wildlife has never set foot in an alpine flower garden until this week. Hassan Woodback compressions, no fly, no buy bill, but prefers border measures. Governor Maggie Hassan would vote for a bipartisan compress bill sponsored by Senator Susan Collins, bargaining gun sales to some potential terrorists, her campaign spokesman said on Wednesday. Man accused of robbery sent back to prison after defense request. Let's take a listen to the report I have for you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Riley King, and here is what I'm reporting on right here on the Riley King Network. Man accused of robbery sent back to prison at defense request. A man accused of robbing a Manchester convenience store and pointing a BB gun at police was returned to the state prison Wednesday after the defense argued that he should be created for his own safety. Jacob Brady's public defender said Brady has a drug problem and the best place for him to get treatment is at the state prison. Prosecutors said Brady told police after he was arrested that he wanted to die. Police said Brady robbed a 7-Eleven on Queen City Avenue early Sunday morning. A warrant was issued for his arrest, and with the help of Brady's brother, police found him Monday evening in the area of Winan and Amron Streets. Brady suffered minor injuries and was taken to a hospital to be treated. The handgun turned out to be a BB gun, but Manchester Police Chief Nick Willard said earlier this week that there was no way for officers to have known that at the time. He said the officer acted appropriately. In addition to criminal threatening, Brady is also charged with felonious robbery. Prosecutors asked that bail be set at $50,000, but public defender Andrew Ain asked for personal recognition bail so Brady could return to prison rather than jail. Ain said the state prison is the only place he can get treatment while he goes through withdrawals. After the hearing, a car was waiting to drive Brady back to the state prison. A probable cause hearing is scheduled in 10 days, but court officials said it's likely to be waived. Reporting live here outside the Manchester Courthouse in Manchester, New Hampshire, I'm Riley King, reporting for the Riley King Network. Okay, and there you have it on that report. Police seek man who stole donation jars from Salem gas station. Police in Salem are asking for the public's help in identifying a man who was caught on surveillance video stealing donation jars from a gas station. Missing Concord woman found safe. A Concord woman has been found safe after she was reported missing last week. Man dies after being pushed into river by friend, police say. A man who was pulled from the Charles River Tuesday afternoon after being pushed in by a friend has died, state police said. Once Merrimack Lake flood plan in Concord is a unique habitat. More than 10,000 years ago, the Merrimack River was a long lake. Crystal Lake Beach closed to elevated E. coli levels. The public beach at Crystal Lake was closed Tuesday due to elevated levels of E. coli bacteria, according to the Manchester Health Department. Rocca Kids Club no longer accepting donations for those affected by Wilson Street fire. The Rocca Kids Club is no longer accepting donations for those affected by the Wilson Street fire. Bags no longer allowed inside Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion. Guilford's Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion announced a new policy in the interest of enhancing public safety. Water tank being used to battle Henniker brush fire destroyed by vandal. Police in Henniker are investigating a case of vandalism after a portable water tank being used to battle a brush fire was slashed. New complaint charges Aginta with federal election law violations. A frequent sighting of U.S. Rep. Frank Ginta is filing a complaint with the Federal Election Commissioner, charging that the congressman illegally kept $81,500 of funds repaid to him by his campaign committee and improperly used general election funds for primary campaign expediters. Competency raised as man accused of killing Selena Cass arraigned. The stepfather of an 11-year-old girl found dead nearly 5 years ago was arraigned on second-degree murder charges Tuesday afternoon. Trump enters Clinton attack mode. Donald Trump waded squarely into a quarter century of Clinton wars this week with his own Trump-sized twist, blending long-standing criticism of Hillary Clinton as self-serving, power hunger, and corrupt, with the outsider's argument driving his campaign. That she's led the rigged system that shortchanges average Americans and subquantises the national interests of globalization. Why a Brexit could hurt emerging markets and beyond. Much has been said about how a UK exit from the EU could hurt the British economy, but the bigger point confronting investors may be what it does to the rest of the world. Democrats standing sit-in on House floor to protest and act on guns. Take a listen to this video.
Democrats have taken the House floor hostage.
They're calling on the leadership of the House to bring common sense gun control legislation to the House floor. Give us a vote. Let us vote.
In a sensational protest, Democrats interrupt Republicans, declaring they will sit in on the House floor until Speaker Paul Ryan allows a vote on gun control. Republicans attempting to call the House back to order.
The chair finds that the House is currently not in a state of order due to the presence of members in the well who are not recognized.
Pushing for a bipartisan amendment that would extend background checks and block gun purchases for those already on a terror watch list before members leave for the 4th of July break.
Provide us with the simple dignity that every American is calling for, a vote.
The move coming just days after all 4 gun amendments failed in the Senate, despite mounting pressure following the Orlando nightclub massacre.
We have waited. We've been patient. But we've waited too long. We've been silent too long. And we will continue to engage in peaceful, non-violent action until something happens.
The Republican chair adjourned the session and pulled the C-SPAN video and audio feed. Adrienne Bankert, ABC News, New York.
Okay, and that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. Good night, everyone. Bye.